it's just really good to get together and see all your beautiful faces, I have to say. So I may be new to a few of you. My name is Sue Johnson, and I'm coming to you from up in Canada, Renfrew, Ontario, just north of New York State, I suppose, roughly, Pennsylvania, up that way anyway. Hi, MJ, great to have you joining us. Anyway, so we decided, John and I were talking one day, and John, being the fearless leader that he is, I'll promote you now, buddy. We were talking back and forth and thought, this Operation Hydration is always such a great idea to get out to the public, share with our friends, share with our strangers who are just friends we haven't met yet. iWater, Gia, put the whole thing together, and who doesn't like the gift of iWater? So I'm really kind of turning things over to John shortly, but before I do, I want to do a quick screen share because Karen's not on quite yet. Now, a couple of you new people on my team, you have the decency and the smartness to take a look at the two videos that John and Karen put together. It was actually one big video that John broke into, part 1 and part 2. And if anybody needs those, please reach out to me. Very easy for me to get them emailed over to you, but amazing results, John. So kudos to you and Karen for doing such a fabulous job. And this was the result. If I can share screen just real quickly. Share screen. Why is this not wanting to work for me? Oh, I hit the wrong part. There we go. All righty. So the first one I want to share is this here. I'm not too worried about sound buttons, etc. You all see those beautiful, beautiful jugs decorated up nicely. And then the next one, I'm just going to go through this quickly. Here we are again with two beautifully decorated, and we've attached an iWater brochure. All righty. And the last one, whoopsies, is which one here? This one here it is. Okay. All righty. And there's a card, if you'll notice, attached to this gallon. So there is a story behind this, and we will get to that shortly. But I just really wanted to share how beautiful those two are, or three, pardon me, gifts were. Now, our superstar that put these together is on with us tonight. So I just want to give kudos and shout out to Miss Ivy, beautiful smile. She really did a great job watching those videos, how to decorate up the jugs to give them out. And, Ivy was telling me today, or perhaps you want to just unmute maybe, Ivy, and share the reason that you put a card and on one of the bottles that you did. So she's going to look for that unmute button. Hello, Miss Belinda. I've heard about you. Nice to have you joining us.
Hey, Belinda. That's my cousin.
All right.
Got the whole family thing going on today. Yeah, so I watched part 1 and part 2 of John and Karen, and it was just wonderful videos. So we, being brilliant people we are, we just duplicated what they said. Didn't try to reinvent the wheel at all. But I was taking some water to somebody for the second time, so there was no reason to give them a second brochure. But I did have a little message to write, so I used that beautiful card, which is it's from a series of cards created by my web graphics director. And yeah, so we attached that in place of the water brochure for our second delivery, just to dress it up. And I found that people, even guys, I gave a second gift of water to a guy recently and did not put the ribbons on. And he said, "Where are my ribbons? Where are my bows?"
Oh, I absolutely love that. So thanks for sharing.
Yeah, I guess it makes it more special.
It truly does. When she was telling me about it today, and then she shared the photos, I was really touched by it. I think that little personal touch is really who we are at Gia. It's not just about our amazing products and, a great abundance plan that we have, but, there's the inspiration, and we do want to look at everyone's wellness from a 360-degree approach. So I think giving it that personal extra touch, Ivy, was a beautiful idea, and they were gorgeous. So hope you don't mind. I took a few minutes and wanted to share those photos so we know what we're aiming towards. So with that, Karen's not with us yet. Did you just reach out to her, John, am I guessing?
Yeah, she is actually in a place where she can't be on camera, but she wanted to know if you can give her the phone number to call in. I think she's listening right now, so maybe you have the phone number that she can call in on. Do you have that?
Not at right hand. Is it the same phone number? I would assume all the Zooms are, aren't they? So
Same one as always, yeah.
okay, well, I'll dig it out and get it over to her, not a
Okay.
problem, as soon as I've turned it over to you. So anyway, Karen and Tracy and I have been with the company. Well, I've been with them for 9 years, and these two have been with them for as long as me and longer. So we've really worked very closely together now for almost a decade, and we really wanted to bring our 3 teams together. And I was hoping Jules would be on tonight as well, who is a fourth leg as well under John, who's absolutely amazing woman from Chicago or Vegas, 50-50. She spends her time, Miss Pickleball Queen. And we just really wanted to come together, support each other, share ideas, etc., etc. And here we are. So with that, John, I'm sure you'll be sharing about your beautiful map and the pins we'll be putting in it, because that is always fun to watch it grow. So introducing, for those that don't know him yet, although I'm pretty sure everybody does, John Williams, our one-star presidential director, our mentor, our friend, our just amazing guy who's always in our corner, guys. Over to you, John.
Well, Sue, thank you very much. Hey, everybody. I didn't know who was going to be on tonight. It's so good to see all of you. And I realize that almost all of you have had some experience with Operation Hydration. There might be a couple of brand new people that haven't experienced, unless they were actually given the opportunity to test drive iWater. So tonight, I think I was going to go through a lot of details about how to do it, but Sue just talked about the video that Ivy watched. And it's the detailed instructions about how Operation Hydration works. Some really good things that Karen put together, some hints on how to make it easy and fun and successful. So let me start first by talking about why we're here tonight. Sue and I were talking about how we could work together to, I guess, start a fire with our group. And we talked about some different things that we can do, some of the things we've done in the past. And we decided that Operation Hydration is like the simplest way to open the door for possibilities for people that you know to discover GEO. That's really it. It's so easy to do. I remember when we started this some time ago, we called it the gift. And all it really is giving the gift. And that's it. It's so fun. It's so simple for someone new to do, to put some bottles of water together. Now, this one's not decorated, but it's about to be decorated. It's going out tomorrow. And giving the gift, just like Ivy talked about, because when you give the gift, people are just excited about it. And so that's what we're going to do for the next, starting today through the end of June. Now, there's some significance in this next month and 3 weeks, is that the company's put together an event that's happening at the end of July. And it's designed for directors and above, people who reach director by the end of June. All right. And so what we thought is we'd all come together and work with each other to help each person get to that level so that they can come to the GEO event. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing more fun than getting together with Alfred and Linda for a weekend with other people associated with our company. Tracy, you agree? Maybe she can't hear me. Shelly, what about you? You've been to a few events. Can you?
Definitely, it's an experience for sure, and it changed my whole thought about pursuing GEO on the business side by attending one of the events, because I just wanted to be part of the company because of the people.
Yeah, great. And this is going to be a business type of an event for those of you who have the desire to create a second income or maybe even a new career with GEO. You're going to want to be with us. And so I think we have a lot of experienced people I can see on the screen, and some aren't on the screen but are listening in, like Karen, who have been with the company a long time, have reached a high level within the company, and they want to help also. So we're going to get together, all of us, and do this Operation Hydration campaign over the next month and 3 weeks. And I think the reason I wanted to do this because of the success that we've had. And so what I want to start out with, I just want to hear a couple of stories from some of you about doing Operation Hydration and how it worked for you and what was the end result. Tracy, maybe, can you hear me, Tracy?
Yes, I can hear you. I don't know why, but everybody's faces just froze on the screen, and I think it's my phone.
Oh.
I think my phone was sucking up all the good stuff. So I can tell you one of the most recent ones that that I just did. It's somebody who's known about Gia for a really long time. And I think her parents had an eye water system, and it's just been a long thing, but she was having a lot of discomfort. Her joints were aching and she was just feeling really terrible. And I think she'd pretty much tried everything. And so she was reaching out to me to see if I knew of anything that would help her. And I said, well, I said, I think that the eye water, if you had the eye water, the pendant, and you were protecting yourself from the electromagnetic radiation, you might really see some benefits from it. And so I made her eye water. I gave her a pendant, and she got a cell guard for her phone. And she told me, she's like, I don't drink water. Like, I don't drink water. I'm like, well, I'm going to send you with some iThrive to put in the water, and it's going to help make it taste better. And you might experience something from that too. So I sent her home with some packets of iThrive and some packets of Cleanse. So I sent her 5 of each because she just really needed a detox because she was having a lot of joint discomfort. So anyway, within 3 days, she was calling me back and saying, oh my gosh. She's like, I'm only drinking like 8 ounces of water, in the day. And then she's like, but I can tell my energy's changed. She's like, I'm clear. My brain is clear. She's super busy with her business. And so, so by the end of a week, I think it was a week, maybe 10 days, I made her a little bit more water, I made her 2 gallons of water to start with. And by the time in about 10 days, she was like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And so she joined as a preferred customer and got the eye water pendants for her husband, the smart sleeves for her ankles, her husband's knees. Yeah, she just loaded up on all of it. And she's just like a totally different person. It's changed her attitude, even like she just was so grouchy because she hurts. So just chronically discomfortable. So anyway, that's my latest story. It was really awesome. And then her daughter started drinking. She saw the water pitcher on her mom's counter. So she started drinking it. So she reached out to me. She's like, hey, she's like, something's happening with me. I'm just drinking the water. So anyway, I've reached out to her because she's in a little bit of a financial crunch. And so I just reached out to her and just told her about the promotion that's going on right now. And so she could get a really great deal with the eye water system and, maybe look at it as something to help generate some extra income for her as well.
Great story. And I know you have a lot more of those stories. And a lot of Tracy's business has come to her through Operation Hydration. Would you agree? I mean, it's just an easy way for you to help people to discover Gia. So I'm going to ask you this question. Of all the people that you've introduced to Gia through Operation Hydration, what do you think your track record is? What's the percentage of success creating a customer or even a new consultant for your team? What would you guess?
90%. At least 90%, I would say, people who have actually, because that's how I was introduced to Gia, and that's what I tell people. It's like somebody made water for me because I was very skeptical because it was just water. I just said it's just water. But when I started experiencing the difference within 14 days, it changed my whole life. And so that's just what I decided to do. It's like, it worked for me, so I'm going to share it with you. This is what somebody did for me, so I'm going to share it with you. And it just has been phenomenal. Yeah. Mm-hmm. My friends here on the screen, that's what we did. Shelly actually came to an event that I was at, and I did home with water with her. And she was like, she called me back. She's like, we need to talk about this. And then Becky's had amazing results with the water.
Becky, why don't you tell us about the results you've had with eye water? You can unmute. Shelly, while she's trying to unmute, why don't you tell us a little bit about, after discovering eye water, what happened to you?
Well, a lot of things. I kind of just jumped in feet first and bought everything I could. So the water was amazing to begin with, made me feel better. And of course, I got the pendant and all the cell guards and universal guards. And it just was a major shift in my whole family's life, whether they knew what was going on or not. I was able to see the difference immediately, and how just the harmony in my house it was just easier and better, and it just wasn't as hard as it was. It was just amazing, the transformation.
Amazing is right. How about you, Becky? I think we can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was going through a health crisis. I had a lot of issues going on. It's been about 11 years ago that Tracy, 10 years, 11 years ago, Tracy knew that I had been sick, and we had come up to the hill country for about 6 weeks, my family and I, and she just introduced me to the water and said, I need you to drink this. And I was like, whatever, it's just okay, fine. I felt so bad. I was like, whatever, and I started drinking the water, and I started having results, and I started having energy, and I started feeling a lot better. And I truly went from possibly going under the knife to just feeling good and not going under the knife and enjoying life.
And Becky, do you feel like the process that Tracy helped you to go through was simple and joyful for you?
Oh, absolutely. And this was way back in the day, and we didn't have a great name for it, like Operation Hydration. It was just a friend sharing with a friend. And, it lined right up with Linda's famous statement, open your heart and your mouth at the same time. And that's where Tracy was. She was opening her heart and her mouth with me at the same time, and just letting me know that she cared, and she had something that she thought would help. And it truly did.
Perfect. Thanks for sharing that. Charity, I want to come to you, if you don't mind. And I know Charity started with this brand new, and Sue helped her to discover Operation Hydration. I imagine you helped her, Sue. And I think, Charity, did you order the water yourself? Because you don't live near Sue. How did you experience it? No?
Yeah, I actually started with the boxed water because I didn't really know. I'm like, I don't want to spend a whole $600, whatever. So I just got the boxes, and I really was amazed at the energy and everything. So I said, oh, I have to. So first I just started telling people about it. My dad, my naturopath, and I actually had sold like 3 activators before I even had my own. So everybody just took my word for it, and they were all, not even local. So I didn't have water. They just did it. Ivy is one of my friends. I told her about it. And so we actually got our activators the same day eventually. So
are you doing Operation Hydration with local people, or is it just you are now doing that?
Now that I have an activator, I am doing it. Yes. And it's been going well. I've been giving it out to a lot of people. And so far one has signed up already and become a manager. So she's got her own activator. Now she's starting to do it too. So that's good.
Well, this is the magic of Operation Hydration. It's helping someone to experience our products with no strings attached. That's the key. It's just a gift that you're giving someone to try out to see how it impacts them. And as Tracy said, she's had about 90% of the people who she's done this with have become customers and purchased the iWater system, or they become consultants and are helping her grow her team now. And it opens the door not only to iWater, but to the rest of what Gia has to offer people. But what I love best from Charity's point of view, a new person who may not be into sales or may not be into network marketing or growing a team, it's really, really easy. It's simple to duplicate. That means someone new can put a list of people together and just go over and offer them the gift. And that's it. So that's what we're going to be doing over this next month and a few weeks together. And there's a couple of tips that I'd like to bring out before you even watch the video. Some things that I'd like us all to do tonight. Even Tracy, someone who's already done it with a lot of people, and Shelly and all of you, the first thing we want to do is we want to make a list. Make a list of the people who you would love to help. And I'm going to say, Tracy, you have people on your list that maybe you've talked to in the past, that 10%, put them on your list, because life changes. You might have talked to them years ago, and now you can go back to them and give them an update, maybe give them some water to try again if they didn't get it, or maybe they didn't get a chance to do that back in the day. but make a list. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, I've already talked to everybody I could possibly talk to, or I don't know a lot of people. You would be shocked at the people you know. But if you don't make the list, this never works. It never works. And I'll suggest that when you make your list, make it as long as you possibly can. Put everybody on it, even the people that you'd think won't be interested, because they might know the perfect person that needs what you have to offer them, the gift of iWater and Gia. So make your list and prioritize your list once it's done. And it shouldn't take you very long to do this, really. If you sat down and really focused, you can make your list. Take a look at your list and figure out who are the people that are close to you within your area, so that you can easily get the iWater to them. Now, I know Charity purchased the box water, and I don't know if you sent box water, you had people do that before. You could certainly do that, but it's a little bit expensive to do that. So you want to make a list of people that you know in your area. The other thing too is there are people, like Charity had people in her sphere of influence that she could talk to, that she has a connection with, where she can share her story, and they may become customers or might be interested in joining the team too. So that's another priority on your list. But it's probably the most important thing that we could do as a team starting tonight is to make that list and make it as long as possible. Don't even leave after we leave. Don't do anything else until you start to make your list, right? Anybody agree with me? You know it's true.
You know I do.
I know you do. And I know, Sue, you're in a fairly new area, so it's going to be important for you to make a list of people you know, and we've had a talk about that too. So that would be the first thing. And then, of course, purchase your water that you're going to activate. Don't wait until someone's ready, because we're going to be doing this. You know you're going to do it. So let's go out and get our materials together now. And so what most of us do is we purchased, this is from my local store. It's usually has a wrap around it. I can't remember. This is a local brand, but Crystal Geyser or some water like that in a gallon. I know that, yeah, I would do it this way because it's consistent. The water's consistent. It's easy to transport. It's easy to decorate, instead of trying to figure out some of the other ways that you could transport the water. I mean, you could have, I don't know, other ways, things in your house that you could put water in, but we want to try to be consistent so that the people that you do sponsor who want to do this, we have a simple way for them to do it. So we use this water. I usually do 2 bottles for each person. Tracy, do you do 2 or 1? 2 bottles. 2 bottles. I decorate 1 bottle really nicely, and I put a brochure on it, and you'll see that in the video. But what I'm trying to say is go purchase the water. Make the commitment and go purchase, I would say, at least 10 gallons. And that's going to help you because you're already going to have it in your house. And consider activating it, at least a couple of the gallons right away, so that tomorrow or the next day or whenever it comes up. And what I'm saying about coming up, because I carry these in my car, and I know Karen, is she on with us? Did you get a hold of her?
She's the colleague. Go ahead, Karen.
I am here. I miss you guys. I feel bad I can't. I can see you, me, which is just as well. But I always have gallons of water made at my house, and I usually have at least 1 decorated. And unless it's really hot, I try to always have 1 in the car, because you just never know who you're going to run into and when that's going to come up in conversation, just so organically, like, Becky talking about how she just wasn't feeling well, and Tracy said, I might have something for you. So just, and I know Lisa, I believe, is on tonight. I can't see her either, but she's had some amazing results. And just another way is I actually loaned Lisa my travel unit, our employee, as you and I like to call it, for those of us that, have the opportunity to have a travel unit. And then she has loaned it out, and Lisa's having amazing success doing Operation Hydration. So I just wanted to shout out to Lisa as well.
Well, I'm glad you talked about having it in the car, because that's what I do also. I call it a drive-by Operation Hydration sometimes with some of my friends, because I'm out playing, I play in a sport every single day. And when you're listening to people talk to you, they always tell you their problems. And so I keep it in my car. And as soon as they do, I say, hey, I've got something for you in the car. Come on out. And that's where I do Operation Hydration. I take a picture. Some of the pictures you might see on Facebook are people behind my car as I'm giving them the water as the gift. And a lot of those people have joined me. In fact, the most recent one, Al is a friend of mine, pickleball player, and started Operation Hydration. It must have been about 4 weeks ago. And I gave him 2 gallons and took it home, liked what it did. Long story short, within a week, he joined as a manager with $2,700 worth of volume, because I also gave him a pendant to try out. And of course, the eye water and the pendant together are unstoppable. So he bought pendants for his entire family, along with the eye water. Yeah, exactly what I said too. And so Al's now a consultant with Jules, because we both knew and we worked together on that one. And so that's how it works. That's how simple it is. And I wish I could complicate it, but I can't. I know with certainty that anybody who gets behind this idea about providing the gift to people that they know, if you care enough about people that you know, that it's just giving them the gift, and you never know what's going to happen. Honestly, people ask me when I give them the gift, well, what's it going to do for me? I say, I don't know. Everybody's different. One thing I can tell you is that most of the people we know are chronically dehydrated. And when you help them to become hydrated, great things happen. And I told someone just the other day, they said, well, what's going to happen to me? I said, you know what? I don't like to tell you anything that's going to happen to you. I don't want to set anything up for you. I want you to discover. And then once you give them the water, and then that whole week, or sometimes a little bit longer, the whole week is about making that discovery. Is it going to happen the first day? Sometimes it does. Will it happen the second day, the third day, the fourth day? Maybe. But that's our job, is to follow up and see what's happening with each person as they're going through the water. Now, Tracy said that it worked for her about 90% of the time. And I'm sure if I did a survey, we'd probably find it's between 60 and 90% of the time people are going to have a positive result. And if I were to look at my business and what I do, that is my job, is to help someone to get a positive result with our products. So of course, the eye water is a big part of that. It's the door opener. But as Tracy talked about, she sometimes gives someone a pendant. That's what I did with Al. I gave him a pendant because I thought, whatever it takes for me to help him get a result. So I gave him a pendant. Sometimes we use iThrive packets. We give maybe five of those. Karen, are you still with us?
I'm here.
So I know you use iThrive packets a lot, right?
I do. I love the iThrive packets because I feel like, without a doubt, between the eye water and the iThrive packet, someone is going to experience more energy, and at a minimum. And there's been a lot of other results that people have experienced as well. But yeah, so that's something I love to give out. And a lot of it is when you speak to the person, and if you kind of get a sense of what they're experiencing. For example, if someone is telling me about skin issues, then I will try and include one of our spray bottles. So that they can, as Susan, thank you for demonstrating, then they can, it's very easy to spray, like if they've got, skin condition somewhere. So I will try and include that. So it's really about listening what they're saying. And then that sometimes will help me determine, will I give them iThrive? Will I give them a pendant? Will I loan a pendant, or will I do the bottle? And I usually try to do one of those three when a couple gallons.
Mhm.
Yeah, and most of us do that. The eye water works great. I love what Tracy said. I'm going to give you some iThrive packets to help the taste, because someone doesn't drink a lot of water. And that was Jules. She used to drink 1 glass of water a day. That's it. That's it. And there's a lot of people that don't drink water. So that idea about helping them help it taste, have a taste to it, and using the iThrive packets, because they're going to have energy and they're going to feel a lot better. Some additional ideas too is iThrive packets, pendant, and now the skincare might be a way to help someone get an experience while they're using the eye water. So that's something that's brand new to us. And I know Jules just signed a brand new manager doing that. So we let her try the skincare along with the water. 1 day is all it took. She tried the skincare for 1 day.
Oh.
I want it all. That's true. and she just got her kit this week. So the other thing, we try to keep it at a week, right? We try to let people use the water for a week, but that doesn't always happen. And I know that a lot of us will make additional water for people to keep them in the process, to help them to continue to evaluate. And so that might go on for another week. All it is, it's in the follow-up. How you doing? Would you like me to make some more water for you? And it keeps them in the process. And the final thing I'm going to talk about today is the process. That all we're really doing is creating a process of information so that someone can make the discovery for themselves about what GIA might have in store for them. And that's all we're doing. It's just a way to open the door. And I was talking to someone today about how many, who was it? I think it might, well, my memory's gone, but I was talking to someone earlier today. I think it was Sue. It takes 6 to 12 contacts for someone to make a decision to become a customer or to join your team. That's 6 to 12 contacts. So when I say contact, that just means a touch point, whether it's a video that they watch, or it's a follow-up text message, or it's a follow-up call, or it's a 3-way call during the process, that during this time that they're trying out the iWater. And so that's why the follow-up is like so important. It's like, without the follow-up, it's like, don't make a list and don't do follow-up. This never works for real. And so following up during the time that they're test driving the iWater is key. And when you think about all those little touch points, at some point during that process, they're going to be able to make a decision to join your team or to become a customer, or maybe even lead you to someone else. So we're going to talk a lot about follow-up in the weeks to come, because it's really critical to what we're doing. So here's where we're at. It's like, this is the opportunity for you to make a decision to build something with us, to build a team at GIA. And I can tell you from my experience from being here from the very beginning and doing exactly that, there's nothing better. Just the warmth and all the good stories that come from that, the people that have great experiences with our products, and then so many other people who have created that second income or have that residual income coming in every single month is rewarding also. So whatever it is you have a desire to create in your life, you can do it in this next month and a couple of weeks. If you join us on this mission, on this Operation Hydration Challenge, I'll call it, and get after it as soon as you possibly can. That's another idea, is to just make the decision, make your list, get some water, and get going. And so we're going to get together every Monday at this time, right, Sue? Every Monday?
I'm hoping that this hour works for everybody, but we'll talk throughout the week, and if we find it's a bit too early, because we're used to being a bit later, we're a little flexible on the time. But personally, being on the East Coast, I love this time. This is a bonus, right, Charity? Right, Ivy? Definitely. So I'm hoping that this has worked well for everybody, but I need to get okay, yes, tighter on follow-up, bless you. So yes, it should be every Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So with that, I'm going to say goodnight, but here's what I want to say is that, go ahead, Sue, sorry. Yeah, I was going to say, before we go, John, there was 2 things I wanted to mention. That when there's maybe some questions in the field, so really before we get off of here, if there's any questions that anybody have, I would love to address those. And one question that might come out that wasn't mentioned yet is, well, when people want to know more about this water that they're drinking, what do we do, John? What do we share with them? It's on my list, GIAfreedom.com, the IH2O videos. So if you go to GIAfreedom.com / I think it's I-H2O, I think it is, right? Yes. There are several videos there about iWater, and Linda does a great job of talking about how it works and what are the benefits of iWater. So that's a real key part of it. And you're going to see that information on the video when you watch Karen describe what she does and how she does it. But that's a key part of it. Well, are there any questions before we go tonight? You can unmute.
I have a question.
Yep.
What did you do? How did you loan out the skincare? Like, I think that's a great idea, but how did you do that for one day? I'm going to show you. I
I got these little containers. You can
Oh,
see
yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
they're small. I ordered them through Amazon. They're 15 ounce. I think they're 15-ounce containers. And so I put a little bit of each, like these are empty right now, but I'll put a little bit of each probably for a whole week. It doesn't take a lot to help someone do that.
It's
So
probably 1.5 ounces, not 15 ounces. I'm pretty sure. It's 15.
15 grams maybe. It was something.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a little smaller one, but it was too small. But this one seems to work pretty well.
Oh, okay, awesome.
And you
Can I
can
ask a question quick, just to repeat the Gia Freedom?
GiaFreedom.
Hyphen, what was that you had just said?
So it's GiaFreedom.com
Yeah,
/I-H2O.
And all
Okay,
small
thank you.
letters.
Yeah.
All small letters. That's important. I'll put it in the chat, guys.
okay, great. Thank
It's a
you.
really good resource. And I want to give you my phone number. I don't know if everybody has it. So if you want to write this down.
You know, John, can I interrupt for a second?
Who is
It's
that?
Lisa.
It's Lisa.
Lisa, I have to give a quick shout out to Teresa because Teresa signed up 3 people before she got her unit.
Congratulations.
So,
Nice.
yeah. And then she's already signed up a
Thank
couple
you.
more this month. So
Congratulations.
she's rocking it.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you.
On your way. So I think we're going to be seeing Teresa in Palm Desert. And let me tell you, the weather is beautiful in Palm Desert at the end of July.
I hope so. I'm working on it.
Okay, good.
It's 50 here in New Hampshire and
Okay.
it's May. So
All
yes.
right. So it'll only be around 120, but it's dry heat. So it'll be fun. Any other questions?
No.
All right, let me give you my phone number, 949-842-0736. That's my cell phone, 949-842-0736. You need any help, any questions, 3-way calls, anything, give me a call or send me a text message and I'll be right there with you. Promise. It's going to be fun.
Thanks so much.
It's going to be a blast. So if you have anybody else on your team that should have been here tonight, we recorded this. Invite them to join us next week. The best way to grow a team is teach them this simple process and then help them to do the same thing. I know Charity, you're doing that now, and a lot of you have done that. And we can do a lot of good in the next month and a half or so. Anything else, Sue?
I like how Ivy put it, actually, John, at the beginning when she said, why reinvent the wheel? You know,
That's
we've
true.
already shown it works. Why make it difficult? And it's so simple. So no, that's everything from me. And on behalf of Tracy and Karen as well, really want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. I think this has been great, educational. So bring some stories. And I don't see the map behind you yet, John. I want to bring the map back. And so if you do get an Operation Hydration, you know, you've shared the water with somebody, you have John's number now. If you just text him, you know, put a pin in the map, you know, in Renfrew, Ontario, or Atlanta, Georgia, wherever that operation's going on. And I know last time we did this, Manny went crazy and there wasn't enough room around Chicago on top of with what Jules was offering as well. It was fabulous. Chicago got so big on the map, didn't it, John?
Yeah, it was fun.
It
We'll
was
do that.
awesome. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this. You know, I mean, let's challenge each other. Let's hold ourselves accountable to each other and let's go on and do this and help our newer teammates reach that director rank and join us all in July in Palm Desert. It's going to be awesome.
And Sue, they can reach out for you for the videos that Karen and I did.
Definitely. I'll give you my number as well, guys. It doesn't hurt. It's my US number, so you can text, call, or whatever on it. That's great. It's 760-449-0648. And I know that Tracy has it, John has it, Karen has it. So any of the leaders out there, if you need it, please feel free. And even if you're not on my team directly, please reach out. This is how we roll in GIA. The other day, I had the delight of putting a 3-way Zoom together with Charity and Tracy, who, again, have no financial benefit to each other, but I have every confidence that they're going to work beautifully together as if it was the case. That's how we roll in GIA. We're here to make the world a better place, one wellness eye water jug at a time.
Great. Karen, I'm
Thanks,
glad
guys.
you made it in. Thank you. Thanks, Tracy. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Take care. See you next week.
In there, everyone.